Okay, this is about take number 58 for me on what is Active Directory and usage cases. Active Directory is essentially a database that stores information and attributes about network objects such as users, printers, computers, and servers, as well as shares on the network. Active Directory is also the backbone and a key point of certain other technologies such as Microsoft Exchange, which is an email and collaboration server, and Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Active Directory is also primarily used for centralized management of computers and users, as well as authentication and authorization. Central management is great in the case of like schools where you can have roaming profiles and the configurations of how you want the certain computers to behave. Authentication is, are you who you say you are? Authorization is, are you allowed to do what you've asked the computer to do? And now Active Directory and one of its constituent technologies, which is group policy, allows you to centrally manage the desktop experience for your users. So if you've ever been in a high school network and sat down at a computer in the lab or even the classroom or library and done Control-Alt-Delete and been asked for a student number and password, not only do all your documents follow you, but all of your restrictions follow you. If you're not allowed to change your desktop, no matter where you log on, that's going to be the case. If you have done various other things in the network, and if a teacher would be able to change her desktop background, but you're not, that's Active Directory and group policy. Now, Active Directory, if you are managing, I'd say, more than 10 or 15 computers, Active Directory is the ticket. If you are managing less than that, Active Directory, especially in the home, is overkill. Because, you can just easily go around, set up each computer the way you want it, and then there you go. If I need to log on to computer number 1 here at my house, great, awesome. If I got to log on to computer number 2, let's hope and pray I've got a username and password. If I want to take my files with me, no matter what computer, let's hope and pray that I have a flash drive. If I want all my settings to follow me, oh my God, yep, that's when we're going to need Active Directory. And in this sort of decentralized, every man for himself type of environment that's called a work group, that is, it's a headache if you've got more than a small handful of PCs. Because then you have to make sure they're all set up the same and that each individual person has an individual login, whereas Active Directory is centralized by an IT department. Enterprises love it, and if you can have an understanding of Active Directory or basics, then you will be able to maybe get a help desk tech level 1 job in an enterprise. Active Directory is key to this stuff. I mean, literally, if I had to go around configuring, 20, 30, 100 computers and putting each individual user on that computer by hand, I'd want to rip my hair out. If I wanted to make sure, shift the burden of central management and backup to me instead of my users, Active Directory is the ticket. Because that will, as I said, central management, central authorization and authentication, to where if you're in a work group and you have an account on 5 different computers and you need to change your password on one of them, they're not all in sync, and you're going to have to remember 5 different sets of username and password. Active Directory, set it once and remember it on all. And as stated prior, Active Directory is a key component of things like Microsoft Exchange. So that's Active Directory. That is why it's used and where it's used. And I hope you get a lot out of this. Like I said, that's about take number 57 for me, so let's hope I didn't forget anything. So here we go. In the next one, we will be talking about actually promoting a Windows Server 2003 box to a domain controller and installing Active Directory.